interfering with the meeting. We would also ensure that we'd also like to see your faces as well. So please turn on your camera so we get to see your beautiful faces and handsome faces. And please, if you need to speak, just raise up your hand. So yes, an icon there which you could just click on to indicate that you have something to say. And lastly, yeah, try as much as possible to use the emoji icons. Okay, so our Toastmasters promise. Okay, I think I need to stand for this. And please let us stand for this, as well as for the national page. Okay, so as a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmaster membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs. And lastly, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Yes. And to the pledge, our national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Okay. And to kick off the meeting, I'd like to call the president to the virtual LinkedIn. His name is Toastmaster Olushola Olakami, and he works as a payments and fintech sales executive at the Global Card Network. At Global Card Network. He is also a business coach. He previously served as the Sergeant at Arms and Assistant Vice President Education. And his favorite quote is, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So this quote is from Aristotle. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Olushola to the virtual LinkedIn.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, and our distinguished guests. Please, I know it's a virtual meeting, but can we please turn on our videos? Let's make it a very, very interactive session. I just pause for a minute while we wait for video to come on. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Videos, come on, thank you, thank you, thank you. That way you can see me and I can see you. I can feel you and I can hear you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. More videos, please. Still waiting. Let's get those videos coming on. Let's get them coming on. Let's get them coming on. While we do that, if you're a first-time guest, please indicate in the chat box. I would like to acknowledge your presence at today's meeting. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to welcome us to today's meeting, where we are exploring a theme on the force of doing good. Today's theme reminds us that our actions, our words, and leadership have profound impact, not just on ourselves, our fellow human beings, but also on the society at large. We live in very challenging times. Yet, Nigeria's economic landscape presents opportunities for resilience, for compassion, and the collective good. According to Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. And so today we celebrate the power of kindness, compassion, and selflessness. Through our speeches, the evaluations that will be shared, as well as other discussions, I encourage each and every one of us to inspire each other to harness the force of green good in uplifting one another, fostering positivity, and cultivating meaningful connections. Several years ago, I was in a career ISF, and I just left an organization. And it looked like all my colleagues had kind of forgotten me. But there was one person that always reached out for me. He didn't have money to give me, but he always just reached out to say, how are you doing? And how is your next chapter evolving? I've always been very grateful for that one person who saw me beyond just being a colleague, but as being a human being and a friend that was going through another chapter. Today, I wish and encourage that our words will motivate, that our listening will deepen, and that our connections will be strengthened. Together, let's unleash the force of doing good. And so before we begin, just take a moment today. On this call here and now, what is positive impact that you intend to make during today? Just make a conscious decision in terms of how you intend to impact somebody else for good on today's call. With that, let's start our meeting and let's have a wonderful time as we all show each other the impact of doing this to one another. Thank you, and let's have some fun. With that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. I say, please, can you help me with the profile of yesterday? Very, very exciting personality. There are some people, when you have them in your corner, life is a whole lot easier. And trust me when I say, having a Toastmaster of the day in your corner makes life a whole lot easier. Some loads are better carried with people who are in your corner, right? And so it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, who is none other than our Vice President Education. And one thing she will typically say is, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you, which is a quote from the Bible. And so it gives me great pleasure to introduce a great human, a fellow Toastmaster, an amazing professional. Please join me as we welcome to the virtual lecture and Toastmaster Chidima Eze. Over to you, our Toastmaster.
Thank you most kindly, Mr. President. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests. So I'm sure if you know me by now, I do not like when the energy level in the room is low. So please, you are all going to do me a favor and increase the energy in this room just a notch. So let me take that again. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam
Virtual
Tiamodi.
meeting does not mean that I cannot hear your voices, so our voices are still working. So good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon, Madam Tiamodi.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so it gives me great pleasure. Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Mr. President. It gives me great pleasure to serve as our Toastmaster of the day. So who is our Toastmaster of the day? I will be your MC, and I have control today. So just allow me to preside over this meeting because it's my meeting. Yes, today's my meeting. So I would really value our cooperation so that we can maintain the tempo of this meeting at a particular level. So if we have guests in today's meeting, you can just indicate so that we can welcome you even specially because you're our VIPs today. Yes, yeah, our VIPs. And today we're talking about the force of doing good. The force of doing good. You know, when I thought about that theme, and I'm like, okay, this is quite different. This is quite unique. And it just let's take a step back and think about how Toastmasters even started over about 100 years ago. Just one thought, one idea. Now let's have something that can help people build their public speaking skills, build their leadership skills, and year after year, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, we are still reaping the benefits of that good act. So it's left to us to think about it. What legacy do we want generations yet to come to think about? What seeds are we planting? What acts of kindness, what acts of goodness are we doing today? So in today's meeting, it's all about learning, it's all about interacting, it's all about networking, it's all about improving our public speaking and leadership skills as we play roles, as we listen to speeches, as we participate in table topics. So a typical Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 segments. We're going to have the table topics, which is our opportunity to learn how to speak on our feet, how to come up with suggestions, come up with things that we did not initially think about. So it will help our critical thinking skills. We have a table topics master who's going to do a fantastic job. Then we also have the prepared speech segment. So in Toastmasters, we have something that we call the pathways, which helps us to learn in a particular line based on what we want, whether we're interested in honing our timekeeping, our time management skills, our leadership skills. So we have courses that we have to do assessment. So part of the requirements are projects, and we have people that have taken their time to prepare speeches to come and wow us, to come and sow good words into our lives today. And so I want us to get set for a beautiful meeting, for an engaging meeting, for an interactive meeting. I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have a general evaluator who has a team of good people who are ready to do justice to us today. And this our general evaluator is Mr. Macho. Mr. Macho Man, don't worry, when he comes on stage, you're going to understand why I say so. Our SAA, can you please share the profile of our GE? He's going to come and help us ensure that we have an exciting meeting today. So our general evaluator is a technology journalist, and he is the president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. And he has an interesting quote. Why settle for the ground when you deserve the sky? So, you know, we are already getting good words, good counsel today. So why should we settle for the ground when we all deserve the sky? Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Stephen Oluwadara. Mr. Macho, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. And thank you to LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club for inviting me to be the general evaluator of your meeting today. Thank you. Once again, I'd like to welcome us to today's meeting. If you're excited to be here, I want you to share your favorite emoji as we welcome ourselves. Please, I want to see those emojis popping everywhere. If you are excited and you are ready to go on this ride of knowledge, share your favorite emoji. Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Toastmaster Mercy. Thank you, Toastmaster Liz. Thank you, everybody. As the Toastmaster of the day have said, I wouldn't be playing the role of the general evaluator alone. I have people who are working together with me, and they are an elite team of tested and trusted role players. These people will ensure that we have not only a fun meeting, but an educative session. So sit tight as I'm going to introduce our role players one after the other. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, kindly help me with the profile of our grammarian. So our grammarian is a product designer and is the immediate past president of Surulere Toastmasters Club. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, join me to welcome Toastmaster Omobolariwa Jagun. Over to you, Toastmaster Omobolariwa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephen. Can you please confirm that I can be heard?
Yes, you can be heard loud and clear.
Thank you very kindly. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Before I delve into or to introduce what I am here to do as the grammarian, I'd like to start with a quote by Jeffrey Gitoma, an American author and speaker, who said, "Your grammar is a reflection of your image. Good or bad, you have made an impression. And like all impressions, you are in total control." We may not like how the world works, but this is the truth. Your grammar is a reflection of image. And like all impressions, you are in control. My role as the grammarian for today's meeting is to pay close attention to everyone who speaks, listening carefully to how they use the English language. I will be noting any improper use of language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, thoughts, sayings. It is also my duty as the grammarian to help us expand our vocabulary by introducing the word of the day. Sergeant Adams, please, will the word of the day be displayed? Okay, thank you. The word of the day for today's meeting is heartening. Please, can you unmute your microphone and say it with me? Heartening.
Heartening.
Heartening. Yes.
Heartening.
Heartening is an adjective which means offering encouragement or hope or uplifting others, often during challenging times. And synonyms of heartening include encouraging, uplifting, comforting. So can you say it with me once more? Heartening.
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 And now I would like to give us a few examples of how to use the word in a sentence, in sentences. This is the most heartening news of all. This is the most heartening news of all. It was heartening to see so many people at the rally. It was heartening to see so many people at the rally. At the end of today's meeting, I will be coming back to give a report on how well we have done in the use of grammar, and also award the speaker with most uses of the word of the day. Back to you, the general evaluator.
Let us appreciate Toastmaster Omobolariwa for introducing his role as the grammarian. Thank you, Toastmaster Omobolariwa. So we have heard his words. He will be back to give us the report on the role of grammar. So let us endeavor to use words that are heartening. Let us endeavor to use words that would inspire every person will join this call today. The next role player who is going to be introducing a role is our timer. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, can you help us? Thank you. A timer is a tech professional, keynote speaker, agile coach, and certified trainer, deeply committed to advancing STEM, diversity, equity, and inclusion. She's popularly known as Africa's tech doctor and the founder of LEARNTOR. A favorite quote says, "True greatness is not in being great, but in the ability to make others great," by Reverend Chris Okotie. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, join me to welcome our timer, Toastmaster Mercy George Igbafe. Over to you, ma'am.
What a refreshing, heartening introduction. Toastmaster of the day, I celebrate you. Thank you. Can I quickly ask in the chat this question? What is one way that you've used your time most positively to impact someone's life just recently? What is one way? Is it by saying kind words? Is it by your smile? What is one way you have used your time positively to impact someone's life? Listening. Oh, I love it. I love it. A check-up call. Fantastic. It's by a heartening smile from the Queen of Smile herself, right? Isn't that refreshing? Truly heartening. Grammarian, please make sure you are counting that word for me. Okay? C'est très, très important. Hein? Merci beaucoup. Okay, very quickly. All right. Let me sound like VDM. Okay, as we swoop to learn about my role. I'm the timer for today's meeting. I'm sure we've heard the phrase, time waits for no one. Time waits for no one. And you know, our meeting theme today is so powerful. It says one small act of kindness can change someone's life forever. So this is a charge for you. In a heartening smile, like the Queen of Smile has rightly iterated, please be kind, intentionally try to put smile on people's faces. I've been rightly introduced. My role simply is to moderate on the time of today's meeting to the best of my ability, making sure that everything goes in line. We started on a very good note, so on time, which is good. My hand is raised, so I'll always be the first on your screen. And you'll be seeing me swoop and changing my background. For the table topics, it's 2 minutes mark for the table topic, okay? Which you will see this and it will be counting down and it will change. I don't have to do anything. So pay attention to my virtual screen. Then for the prepared speeches, it's 5 to 7 minutes. The same thing would apply to this. And I want to, right here, celebrate DTM Harriet for sharing us this timer card, because sometimes you can miss the timing. And the fact that this shows, it helps to count your time. Then the evaluation segment, I'll be timing as well. Note, when it comes to yellow, you see the green first, it says you're safe, okay? So if you're on the table topics, it means that the green button will come out at 1, yellow at 1:30, 1 minute, 30 seconds, and the 2 minutes cap for the extemporaneous speeches, where you will see, once it gets to red, don't panic, just pause. It's an admin meeting where you're allowed to express yourself. You have 30 seconds to cap. Make sure you don't go over 30 seconds to wrap up what you're saying. The same thing applies for the prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, you will see the green. At 6, you will see the yellow. At 7, you will see the red. The same applies. 30 seconds to wrap up your thoughts. For the evaluation segment, it is for just simply 3 minutes, okay? The same rule, 2 minutes, green, yellow will be at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and 3 minutes, you're going to see the red. My hand emoji is going to be up throughout so that I'm the first on your screen, and so you can see it when you start to speak. And again, I'll say time waits for no one. Without further ado, let me hand over to our heartening TMOD, Toastmaster of the day. You have the floor, Toastmaster Stephen.
Thank you, erudite timer. Thank you for your heartening words. We are grateful. Just to add to what she said, please hover around a profile picture and pin on your screen so that you will be able to see the time. I'd admonish all speakers to pin the timer so that you'll be conscious of time. Moving on to our next role player, I'm going to be calling on our listening evaluator, also known in Toastmasters parlance as the quiz master. The quiz master. So who is our listening evaluator? Our listening evaluator is a customer relations officer. She's the current vice president's public relations officer, 2 of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. And her favorite quote is, "The sky is wide enough for everyone to fly. So why not take flight?" What a quote. What a heartening word. Join me to welcome Toastmaster Cynthia Etegwanyo.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for that mark, for General Evaluator. I want to ask a question. How does it feel when you're having a conversation with someone and you are serious about the conversation, but the person is not paying attention to you? How does that make you feel? Please, I want to hear a reply, please.
Sad.
I'll be disheartened.
I feel disheartening.
Oh my God, yes, that's it. You will feel so disheartening. Yes, so now to my role. My role as the listening evaluator today is basically to pay attention to all that will be said in today's meeting. And what I'll be doing is I'll be taking notes. That's why I'm here with my, paper and my pen. So I'll be taking notes of, what will be said, maybe from the speeches down to the role players, everything that will be said in today's meeting will be minuted down on my notes. Then towards the end of the meeting, I will come back to ask. So as to be sure that you were following us, you were paying attention. So that's what my role as a listening evaluator is. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, our listening evaluator. So she is going to ensure that we pay attention in today's meeting. So pay attention, pay attention. I'm going to segue to the next role player, who is our counter, our filler words police. Who is our counter? She's going to introduce our role, tell us what are filler words and how to ensure we don't use them. So our accountant is an accountant in the making, and our favorite quote is, "Born naked, but not empty." Fellow Toastmasters and guests, join me to welcome our accountant for today, also known as the filler words police, Toastmaster Abiola Ajibode.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster General Evaluator. Thank you so much, everyone, and all Toastmasters and esteemed guests. The role of the accountant is to watch out, to listen carefully and watch out for filler words like or like yeah, right, and unnecessary long pauses. And some of the ways we can avoid or we can do better with using, to avoid using these filler words is to take pauses where necessary, plan using transition phrases. For example, you can say, now let us move on to, now I want to talk about, let us go into etc. Other ways to also avoid using filler words is to eliminate distraction where you are, and where applicable, practice your speeches and avoid long sentences. I will be back after the meeting to give account of the many times that I'm able to pick on these words that could be used during the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, our counter. Endeavor not to use crutch words. Endeavor not to use filler words. All in all, today's meeting is to ensure that we have a fun and enlightening experience. So my elite team of role players have told you their roles. So get ready to roll. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yay! Thank you most kindly, Mr. General Evaluator, and your heartening team of role players. And a little bird whispered to me that we have a birthday celebrant in our midst today. So drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls. So can we wish none other than our counter a happy birthday? Yay! Happy birthday to
Happy
Toastmasters.
birthday
To
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Birthday.
birthday. Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
If
Happy birthday,
hooray!
you.
Happy birthday to Master
birthday.
Biola. Thank you for choosing to spend your very special day with us, and not just spending your day with us, playing a role. You're exemplifying the force of doing good, and that is such a heartening gesture from you. So happy birthday once again. So we'll be segueing to the next segment, and that's our table topic segment. If you're ready for table topics, can I see you say yeah? Who is ready for table topics? It's time to put on your thinking hat. Yes, you cannot be sleeping on a bicycle. Oh. So I hope we are ready for this segment, and to carry us on this journey is none other than our table topics master. He has already been introduced, but our table topics master for today is none other than our Mr. President, Toastmaster Olushola, our fintech and business coach. So please, the virtual lectern is yours to give us a heartening table topics segment. Over to you, table topics master.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm so excited to be anchoring this segment of the meeting. Before we go too far, kindly confirm you can hear me so that you get the complete question and the rules
Yes.
and all of that. Everybody can hear me. Fantastic. And so, in line with today's theme, there will be questions around personal reflection, community focus, inspirational perspectives, or something actionable, all in line with today's theme of what? Doing good, the force of doing good. And I have 10 questions, and I would love anyone who is interested, who would love to bail the cat, show us some courage, step
Just
forward,
yes.
and starting with experienced Toastmasters to show the rest of the house how it is done. You can pick any question from 1 to 10 and give it a crack within a 1 to 2 minutes period. All the rules around that, the timer had already shared with us. So without further ado, drum rolls.
We have a volunteer. Toastmaster
Who's the
Elias
first
has done
volunteer?
exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Who's the
Yes.
volunteer? Help
Toastmaster
me, because I can.
E.T.
Hello.
Okay. I, Toastmaster E.T. Now,
Hi.
please pick any question from 1 to 10.
Oh, today is 9th of November, so I choose 9.
Wow. Okay. So question 9. And the question reads thus: can doing good change the world? If yes, why? If no, why not? I'll take that again. Can doing good change the world? If yes, why? If not, if no, why not? Over to you.
Yes, before I start, am I audible and visible? Give me reaction.
I can hear you,
Okay.
but you can raise your
Okay.
volume a bit higher.
Oh, my volume. Wait. I think my volume is at max. Can you hear me? Yes, I can
Yes.
start now?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll start now. Mom, I want to change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, that's what I say to my mom when my mom asks me a question. Elias, what do you want to be? I didn't specify anything about what I would like to be. I just want to say that, Mom, doing good can change the world. I want to be just a good person. And my mom was asking me so many times, how doing good can change the world, Elias? At that time, I was still a child. I don't know what is the answer. But I had the courage because my mom is always heartening me to keep on going what I'm doing. I failed a lot. I messed up a lot. Actually, I would like to cry. But my mom is there to heartening me every single time. She will say that, Elias, be a good person. And you will be the good person in people's world. So I was totally confused at that time. What is the meaning? I keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm spreading happiness, kindness, and of course, nervousness. I'm still nervous until now. But I believe that I have a good dream to be a good person. Are you with me? Or are you with the Batman? Back to you.
Oh my, thank you so much, TM Elias. Anybody felt the passion from that particular speech? Please, let's give him a round of applause. What a heartening speech, according to TM Chidima. Show him some love in the chat box. And who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? I've still got questions 1 to 8 and question 10. This is the opportunity to stand up and show courage. Okay, I believe I have Toastmaster Mercy. Is that a valid hand up that I saw?
No, the timer and
Okay. Okay.
Toastmaster
All
Toby
right,
is up.
so Toastmaster Toby. Toastmaster Toby, it's nice to have you stepping up. Would you like to share with me your desired question number? I still got 1 to 8 and number 10 available.
Okay, I will take 5.
Question 5. Question 5 goes thus. TM today. What local initiative inspires you to make a positive impact? I'll take that again. What local initiative inspires you to make a positive impact? The virtual lecture is yours, TM.
Thank you, table topic master. What local initiatives inspires me to impact, right? All right, thank you. So when I was much younger, I had always had interests and high for social impact projects. I remember a particular local project where I met this amazing, exciting man that was into social impact project of knowledge sharing. He called it Knowledge is Seriously Selling Keys. Seeing the flyer the first place and seeing keys was exciting to find out what it means, only to find out it meant knowledge is seriously selling. So he used to organize programs to really talk about various knowledge you can acquire that can really sell and make you money. So that was even when I was much younger. And now it's become a part of me to always and to do more. But that was one of the local projects that inspired me and is still inspiring me to create impact in the social impact sector. Thank you very much. Over to you, the table topic master.
Thank you very, very much for sharing with us, Tim Olaran, to the local initiative which inspired you to make a positive impact. We've still got time for hopefully one or two more. And so who is going to dare and take the next opportunity?
Toastmaster Sheriff is up.
Okay. In what order, please, so that I make sure that
I think Toastmaster Sheriff was up first.
All right. Toastmaster Sheriff, thank you so much, dear Mercy. Toastmaster Sheriff, I still have questions 1 to 4, 6 to 8, and number 10. What number would you like to go for?
I'll go for number 3.
Number 3 it is. Number 3 says, describe a selfless decision you made and what motivated you. I'll take that again. Describe a selfless decision you made and what motivated you.
Okay.
Over to you.
Thank you for the question, Mr. President. So your question is, describe a selfless decision you made and what motivated you. Okay. I once told myself, it's okay to watch yourself grow. It's okay to watch yourself develop into someone that people would look out for tomorrow. Posterity will look out for and be glad with the impact that I have made or I will make in the future. But beyond that, I told myself, I also need to find a way to help people, assist people in whatever means I can, because I always find joy in giving advices. I always find joy in seeing people rise high. I always find joy in hearing success stories. And I told myself, I need to take this upon myself in whatever means, in whatever way I can. Try as much as possible to always encourage people around you. Try as much as possible to always ensure that whenever anyone comes to you for support, you go all out to ensure that they are in a better position than when they came to you. And I've done this a couple of times. I have seen I have seen great results, and the results I have seen has given me much more joy, has pushed me to even do more. I used to tell myself this, and I still do tell myself that I want to try as much as possible to give to the society. I might not be in that right position right now. I might not be financially buoyant. I might not have all the resources, but I believe that with the strength and support from my friends, it is going to be a landslide. It's going to be a landslide achievement when I put myself out there. And it all begins with having that mindset, having that desire, and having that drive to go all out to make the world a better place. Thank you, and over to you, the table topic master.
Thank you very much, TM Sheriff, for doing justice to and describing a selfless decision you made and what motivated you. TM Chidima, I believe, is next. Are you still up for it, TM Chidima?
Yes, please. Question 8.
Okay. Question 8 goes thus. How does volunteering enrich personal and professional growth? I'll take that again. How does volunteering enrich personal and professional growth? Back to you, TM Chidima.
Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. I'll take that again. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And that's a quote by Muhammad Ali. Volunteering. You might ask yourself, they're not paying me. Why should I give my time? Why should I give my efforts? Well, picture this. For every single time you get something done, you get paid. So where is the place of self-actualization? Where is the place of giving back to community? Where is the place of doing good for someone else? Volunteering says, I put this cause before mine. I put this person before mine or before me. There are various ways we can volunteer. You can volunteer with your time. You can volunteer with your resources. You can volunteer with your talents, your knowledge. We are here in Toastmasters. We are not getting paid, or at least I'm not getting paid. Please, if you are getting paid, should I send my account number so that we can all share out of the goodies? But we take our time to prepare speeches. We take our time to prepare for our roles. We take our time to serve as officers. In fact, it's part of the Toastmasters promise that we gave here. So volunteering, I would say, is a worthy cause. So if you have not taken time to ask yourself, in what ways am I volunteering? And how else can I volunteer? It's a cause that is self-rewarding. It's a seed that you're planting for the future. Just by being a part of Toastmasters, I have gotten several benefits. Is it the network? Is it the knowledge I've gained? So why would I not want to volunteer? So, dear Toastmasters and guests, I'll leave you with the quotes. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And it's back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Wow, what a way to get it done. And thank you so much, TM Chidima, for describing how volunteering enriches your personal and professional growth. Do we still have time for one more, or we're out of time?
I think we're out of time.
We're out of time. So on that note, thank you everyone for participating, sharing your story, and inspiring others so that we can all learn how the force of doing good is impacting our lives as well as those of the people around us. And on that note, it gives me great pleasure to hand back the virtual lectern to our Toastmaster of the day, who is none other than the last speaker, our VPE Toastmaster Chidima, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yay! You see why we love the table topic segments? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lushola, for giving us such a wonderful table topics segment and giving us an opportunity to think about why we have to do good. So I do not know about you. That has been an insightful segment, and it's time for us to take a few minutes to vote for our best table topic speaker. I believe the poll will be coming up in a few seconds. So let's just take our time to quickly vote for our table topics, our best table
Apologies, Toastmaster of the day. Please, we need to get a report from the timer.
Oh, please, thank you
long
very much, General Evaluator. Thank you very much.
Oh,
So, yes, timer, please, are all our speakers eligible to be voted? Thank you very much for
As the timer and the Zoom master, every speaker is eligible. Toastmaster Elios, 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Toastmaster Toby, 1 minute, 17 seconds. Toastmaster Sherry, 2 minutes, 28 seconds, nearly close. And Toastmaster Chidima, 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Everybody is eligible to be voted for.
Okay.
Over
Thank
to
you very much, our gracious timer, for that heartening report. So all table topic speakers are eligible to be voted for. Okay, so while we wait for the poll to come up, I want us to do a quick exercise. Just give a shout out to a member of your club, someone that has done a good deed for you in the past 24 hours. Just in 1 minute or less, just give a quick shout out. Someone that has just done something good for you. Let's see our comments in the chat box while we wait for the Zoom master to pull up the poll for our best table topics speakers.
The poll will be shared to the Toastmaster of the day.
Okay.
So the voting is still ongoing. Only 6 people are voted out of 17. Please, is on your screen. Just vote so that we can close the poll. Thank you.
Okay.
Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, so please let's vote. Let's vote for our best table topic speaker. Oh, thank you very much, Toastmaster Imabong. She's giving a shout out to Tia Mercy for being her cheerleader. Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Mercy. Oh, and I have one myself, abortion. Oh, Toastmaster Elizabeth is giving a shout out to me for checking on her earlier. That my message was so heartening. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Elizabeth, our Queen of Smiles. Mr. President is giving a shout out to LEARNTOR Toastmaster Escos. You guys rock. Thank you very much. Thank you. Shout out to TM Lees for being wonderful. That's Toastmaster Cynthia. Thank you. Oh, and our class secretary, SAA. Thank you for your support earlier today, Star. Oh, thank you, everyone. Oh, yes. Toastmaster Mercy, a shout out to entire LEARNTOR Toastmasters. You're all natural leaders. I celebrate you all. We celebrate you too, our automation queen. Toastmaster Toby is giving a shout out to Toastmaster DTM Harriet for being a sacrificial mentor. Wow, DTM Harriet, is shout out to you. And a shout out to Toastmaster Ima Bong. She has been intentionally following up with me. Oh, our VPM is doing her duties. Thank you, Toastmaster Abiola. Well done. Thank you, everyone. A shout out to all our role players. Thank you very much for taking our time to share in this meeting. Okay, Zoom Master, I think we can call off the poll now so that we can quickly go into the evaluation segment.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now in Toastmasters, we know that feedback is the breakfast of champions. And we want to hear from our table topics evaluator how well our table topic speakers have fared. And to do justice to this is none other than our Toastmaster, who is a yoga queen. She's a passionate innovator dedicated to holistic well-being, combining intellectual rigor with an understanding of mind, body, and spirit. So you know the person to speak to if you want to be empowered through nutrition, mindfulness, and spiritual practices to create the life that you desire. She's our vice president membership too, and her favorite quote is, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, either way you are right," by Henry Ford. Please welcome to the virtual lectern none other than the delectable, heartening Toastmaster, Imabong Ekbo.
Thank you, Timothy, Chidima, for that. Great evening, afternoon, morning to everyone. I am excited to do this, simply because the questions were just amazing. So thank you, Mr. President, for such a wonderful, you always come up with gems, you know, when someone sees you and your very calm aura, you can't expect anything but delightful gems from you. So thank you for always giving us great questions to think of. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to it. Let's see how this goes. Mr. Elios, wow, what an opening. First of all, your opening and ending, you smashed it. You just, Mom, I want to change the word, wonderful. This is so great to just start with that. Thank you for sharing the young Elios having a heartening conversation with his mother about wanting to change the world. You shared about your vulnerability, you shared about that dialogue where a child just wants to be a good person to this world, not knowing how they're going to achieve that. In such a short period of time, 2 minutes, 19 seconds, you gave so much information. How you were confused, not knowing the clarity, where do I go to? Thank you for this. Changing the world is not easy. And you literally said that in your conversation. What would I recommend here? I suppose slow down. Slow down. You have so much gems to give. Just pace yourself. There's so many things I feel like I may have missed because you just had so much to dish out to us. So pace yourself, slow down is one recommendation. Another recommendation is come back to the question. I love that. The way you ended, ending was captivated. Who wants to join me? I believe that's how I'm trying to find it on my notes. Who wants to join me? Who wants to be the Batman? That was so great. But it would have been great to come back to, could you change the world? What would you do if you could change the world? Come back to the question. So that's one of my recommendations. Time is flying by. So thank you for that opportunity to give you this feedback. And then the second person was TM Toby. Thank you, TM Toby, for that. Great question again, what local initiative? Thank you for repeating the question. Your voice is so great. You know, knowing you is a marvelous experience because you are exactly who you are online, offline. You're just always calm. And that energy is something that I genuinely enjoy about you. And the way you repeated the question was wonderful. You went back to your young self as well, which is, you know, I suppose when you're thinking of how to inspire, you have to go back to what that inner child was inspired by. So thank you for going to that story. What I would have enjoyed from your story is, could you share that knowledge? I wanted to know more of this knowledge. Like, oh, if she is this calm, what is this juicy knowledge she is not sharing with us? I know it was 1 minute, 19 seconds, but you could have pushed for more 30 seconds time. You could have just shared what that knowledge would have been. That could also inspire us to make impact. Even though you told us a man, you know, the knowledge is seriously selling, but how? Tell us more. Tell us more of this marketing skill. So thank you. It felt rushed as well. So I think it would have been good to just giving yourself a bit more time. Like I'm rushing right now because of time. Okay, so going to the third person, TM Sheriff, describe a selfless decision you made and what motivated you. Gosh, great repeat of the question again. Your pause was wonderful. That pause was juicy. Oh, I love the way you made me wait. You made me wait and I was observant of he's calculating his thoughts. He's thinking of how he's going to formulate these questions, how he's going to reply. So thank you for that pause. It made me pause as well to think, ooh, how am I going to answer this question? So that was an excellent way to just put in your pause. And then, oh God, the conversation you have with yourself is marvelous. Can I just sit in your room and just hear you talk to yourself? Because you are clearly your best motivator. I love the fact that you brought your you called yourself in third person. And I once told myself this, and I later told myself this, and then I said, Sheriff. Like, is this guy speaking as though I'm speaking to myself? So that was so relatable, the way you motivated yourself and how you want to see yourself in the world. So I enjoyed that. What is my recommendation? I suppose it's coming back to the whole question, because you didn't really talk about the selfless decision you made. You focused on the second part of the question, which is what motivated you. And you are clearly your biggest motivator. So keep motivating yourself. And I know you're going to do great. So thank you for that. TMOD, Chidinma, hey, what kind of behavior is this? How do you start with a quote? What are you, a heartening book of knowledge just sitting there, and then you have the audacity to repeat it 2 more times to go, in case you missed it. You are amazing speaker. This topic, how does volunteering enrich personal and professional growth? Mr. President, great one. TM Chidinma, this has to be your speech. You gave me so much information. If this is not delivered as a speech, I will be vexed. VPE, please. You did not just talk about what volunteering was, you broke it down, how you volunteer, time, resources, knowledge, efforts. What? Then you went into humor. Are we getting paid for this? We could not but laugh. We just had to go in there. So thank you for breaking your question. You broke the question down into pieces. You made it personal. You made it collective. You brought humor. You then brought a massive quote from Mr. Ali. Who else would you quote? Obviously, you gave us a chewy food to just sink on. Like, I just wanted to keep listening to you. So I'm expecting this as a speech, and I know you're going to excel in this. What is my recommendation? I'm sorry, I cannot think of one. I'm not going to lie to you. This was a very hard evaluation to do because all of you did fantastic. The only thing I would say is just keep doing you, and please, can you do this as a speech? Thank you. Okay, that's it from me. Well done. This was a heartening experience. Mr. President, you're a G as always. To everyone who took part, you are truly heartening people who share your stories. Thank you for always stepping in front of the camera, wherever you are, to talk. This is why we're here to grow. And over to you, my heartening TMOD.
Wow, amazing. I don't know who else loves to hear the voice of Toastmaster Imabong, but I love to hear her speak. Can we just appreciate our table topics evaluator for such heartening evaluation of our table topic segment? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Imabong, for the kind words and for giving us feedback. We are here to see how we can learn, how we can grow, and how we can become better speakers. So very quickly, we're going to go into the next segment, which is the prepared speeches. We're here to see how our Toastmasters have taken our time taking our time to prepare for their speeches. And so without further ado, we're going to be calling on the evaluator of our first speaker. This is someone I hold in high esteem because he's our champion. Zoom master, please, can you project? We're going to be calling on our first evaluator to come and introduce our first speaker so we know what to expect. So our evaluator one is an English doctor. Don't worry, when you hear him speak, you understand better. He's an English doctor and a communication coach, and he helps career professionals and children to communicate eloquently and confidently. So if you're having any issues with communicating eloquently and confidently, you know who to meet. And he is the winner of the 2021 District 94 Speech Evaluation Champion. Please, please, please join me to welcome our elocutionist, our speech evaluator, Toastmaster Craig Esewade. Toastmaster Craig, the virtual lectern is yours.
Toastmaster Chidima, thank you very kindly. The mind-bending, heartening eloquence of your introductory remarks. Members of the Toastmasters ecosystem, our esteemed guests, the speaker is going to execute this project from the innovative planning path. Level 3, project 3. It is entitled Inspire Your Audience. As a consequence, its purpose is for the member, Toastmaster Elizabeth, to inspire the audience. The length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Elizabeth, please break a leg. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so kindly, our dear evaluator. So our first speaker to give us a heartening speech today, to dazzle us with the eloquence of her knowledge, is none other than our Queen of Smiles, our VPE2 and immediate past president, Toastmaster Liz Iwoha. I believe you are ready to break a leg, and so it's over to you, Toastmaster Liz.
All right. Thank you most kindly, Madam TMOD. Please confirm you can hear me. I believe you can see my smile, right? Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is it. Now, my speech is not just something I'm going to be speaking on alone. It's an interactive session. So please, when I call on you, be kind enough to answer. You have to unmute your mic because we have to do a one-on-one this afternoon for 5 to 7 minutes. So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you very kindly. Thank you for confirming you're here with me. I'd like to begin with this question. Has anyone on this call ever received a call that just a simple call of how are you today that made you feel so heartening? Do we have anyone on the call that has received such a call?
Yep,
And can you share that experience, what it was like? Do we have anyone?
Yes, I do have one.
Oh, yeah. So how did you feel when you got that call of how are you today? I believe this is Toastmaster Elias talking, right? Yeah.
No, Leon.
It's Leon.
Okay. Okay. Please share your experience with us. How did you feel when you got that how are you?
Okay. So I received the call once. Hi, how are you? And this person was like one of my old friends. Like he was with my 12th standard grade. That's like after you do PU first, second. So after around 8 or 9 years, and it was really very overwhelming. I felt really happy listening to him. We really felt like as if I went time traveled and I went to my past and my childhood days. All the naughty things that I did, we all exchanged it and we started laughing at each other. We started laughing at each
Oh,
other, putting our
oh, wow.
differences
Thank
aside.
you. Thank you so kindly, Leon, for sharing that experience with us. Your friend's call took you back to the time, the things you did together. This is what it means to connect with people. Today, I'm going to be speaking to us about the GD movement. By the GD, I mean JIDI. Please, can you say that with me? GD movement. Can we say that together?
GD movement.
Thank you. What does the GD movement means? It means just intentionally do it. I'll share with us a story of how I began to just intentionally do it. In 2006, I had my best friend, who is late right now, Johnson. Johnson was ill. We as his friends did not know what was going on with Johnson. But Johnson would still send us his message of, how are you, Liz? Hope you're doing great, even in his hospital bed. On the day Johnson died, Johnson sent me some money. Back then in 2006, Johnson sent me 10,000 naira. I never knew that that was the day Johnson was going to die. I never knew it was the last I would get from Johnson. It was in the evening when I got a call from his friend to say, Johnson don't work out, in English, meaning Johnson is gone. My best friend, who would always pick up his phone and check up on me, was gone. I never got to hear from Johnson again since 2008. But every time, dear friends, I remember that Johnson would be one person who would intentionally check up on me. Do you know, on Johnson's burial day, I got to find out that I was not the only one Johnson gave money to. He sent over 200,000 to 20 of his friends. Even on his sick bed, he just intentionally did it. It wasn't like he had much. Did he know he was going to die? But he intentionally checked up on his friends. Until date, I could still remember how he checked up on me. 2 months ago, I called a friend of mine, Clement, just to check up on him. Funnily, Clement did not pick up the call the first time. The second time he picked up his call and he was like, Liz, why are you calling me at this time? Can you guess what Clement was about to do? Who can guess in the house? Who can guess? Can someone guess?
Life?
No one.
Take it.
Sorry? Zaget? Oh, thank you. How did you know? How did you know? Clement was so frustrated that he was going out to commit suicide. And my simple, how are you, kept Clement alive till today. Clement poured out his heart to say, Liz, why are you calling me at this time? I am tired of Nigeria and everything that Nigeria is offering. It was just because I intentionally did it. It might seem little. You might feel it means nothing. But my dear friends and Toastmasters, I want to encourage you that every one of us is going through something in this current situation. But everyone needs to be encouraged. As we move out each day, even as we face the holdup of Lagos, even as we face the rising prices of things, think about it, that your encouragement, your words, your heartening words might just be what will keep someone alive. I know that things are hard and you're thinking of how to feed, but please remember that when you just do it, you might just be that inspiration that somebody needs. So how many of us here in this house today are going to just do it? Can I see the emojis? Can I see it? Can I hear you tell me that you're going to be part of this movement of just doing it intentionally? How many of us are going to be part of it? I want to see our hands. I'm looking at the camera here. Can I see the hands raised that I am just intentionally going to do it? Thank you, as we intentionally going to do it and keep up the force of doing good, like the theme of our meeting says. It's back to you, our intentional happening Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have been GD'd today. I don't know how many of you went through a journey or went on a journey as our Queen of Smiles gave us that speech. But can we please appreciate her for letting us know that we have to just intentionally do it? It was Aesop that said that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Who would have thought that a 1 minute call or 2 minutes could actually save a life? Thank you very much, Toastmaster Liz, for sharing such powerful, heartening, and transformational speech. Please, can we drop words of love as we encourage her? Thank you very much, Toastmaster Liz. And please, let's not just listen to the speech. Let us be intentional about checking up on people. It's very, very important. You might think, who is checking up on me? Be the good person. Be the great person. Be the kind one. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Liz. That was a very, very heartening speech. Okay, so we're going to be calling on the second speaker, but first, interestingly, our speech evaluator for the second speaker is Toastmaster Liz. So we're going to be calling her back up to introduce to us the speech information of our second speaker. So, Madam Q of the Queen of Smiles, and her favorite quote is actually, the world is full of people. If you cannot find one, be one. So she's charging us again, even with her quotes. So please, Queen of Smiles.
Thank you most kindly, Madam TMOD. My role today is to evaluate Toastmaster Olorun Toby, and she'll be speaking on level 5. The purpose of her speech is for the speaker to give us a speech or to apply the skill of her project needed for us to successfully lead a voluntary organization. The speaker is to share with us some aspect of her experience on leading a voluntary organization. While speaking with Toastmaster Olorun Toby this afternoon, she mentioned that she has just come back into giving speeches and she's looking forward to a holistic feedback. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, let's listen to a heartening speech by Toastmaster Olorun Toby, who will be sharing experience on volunteering. Thank you. And it's back to you, Madam TMOD.
Thank you very much, our dear evaluator. I believe that we are ready to take another dose of fresh wisdom, even as we call upon Toastmaster Olorun Toby for her speech. Zoom Master, can we have Toastmaster Olorun Toby's profile, if we do? And she's my colleague, by the way. We are HR professionals. And just get ready to be dazzled. Right, so she's a HR consultant with over 10 years, and she loves sightseeing, exploring life, and meeting interesting people. And we are definitely interesting people in Toastmasters. So Toastmaster Olorun Toby, you are accompanied by our best witches. The virtual lesson is yes.
Thank you very much. The Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. My speech is leading the social impact thing. Have you ever, interestingly, it's very timely. If you have never volunteered, or if you have, I'd like you to follow my story. At a very young age, I started volunteering because I had interest in finding solutions to some social problems. Hence, getting the venue ready, managing the registration, supporting with promotion, and any other area that I just felt meant to make sure. Now, I need an incredible team of volunteers who have committed to developing women to ensure they live a viable and financially stable life. In July 2020, welcomed a new set of volunteers, and one of them was Justice. From the beginning, I remember that his interview was very outstanding. As he walked into the venue, he was a 5 foot tall, fine looking young man, nicely dressed, with a big afro and a carefully designed pattern at the left side of his hair. You're welcome, Justice. Can we meet you? Why are you volunteering and what does volunteering mean? Say, thank you, madam. I'm excited to hear. My name is Justice. Volunteering is the act of offering your service or skill at no cost for worthy causes and for areas of interest, either for fun, to gain experience, or other personal reasons. That was amazing. Justice was able to find specifically what volunteering meant to him, and also he was able to communicate clearly, and also he showed that he understood the goal of the organization. Unlike many other applicants that we met, we might find a number of people, some brilliant, some were knowledgeable, some were naive, some were clueless about the organization itself, and as well as what volunteering means. Finally, we welcome these lovely, talented, third volunteers. And it was not difficult to notice Justice. His engagement was apt. He was always ready to contribute. He was always making suggestions. He covered up for other people's lapses, was closing gaps. Just him. It was such an answered prayer. Now, who doesn't want such a, unlike some others, become interested as early as one afternoon after 4 months, Justice walked up to me and said, I want to leave. I was shocked. In a split second, my mind ran through all the support he had provided, all the responsibilities he was handling, and all the solutions he had provided. And I asked, why are you leaving? And what can we do to retain you? He said, I now want to offer my time for financially viable causes. It was obvious that we had to make a plan for him or good reason. We tried, but it was not enough. So we left anyway. That's with intention. At the age of 15, when I started volunteering because I had interest in ensuring that people rose above their environmental limitations and they could really live a fulfilled life. Until now, the intention still drives volunteer for organizations, and also now that I lead a volunteer organization myself that is committed to developing women and ensuring they live above societal limitations through the Thriving While Waiting Women Foundation. As a social impact leader, I have a few points on how to lead a volunteer team. And I'm going to start with the very top, how to play. Number 3, celebrate their success publicly. We are all. Number 2, you must understand the personal goal of everybody that has come to volunteer as much as you can, or depending on your chain of leadership, and ensure that you look them in on growth opportunities. Number 1, but not least, ensure and be certain that there will be different people coming to your organization for diverse interests, even interests outside the purpose of the organization. You have a responsibility, don't buy the okay, and ensure to check in at intervals to ensure they're also gaining value from being part of your team. Now, as a volunteer myself, I've learned quite a lot, and I'm going to share just 2 out of the many benefits of volunteering. Volunteering helps your mental health. It helps with the release of oxytocin, which suppresses and reduces the tension. It reduces tension, it reduces anxiety, and it reduces depression, ensuring your overall well-being. And also, volunteering exposes you and increases your resourcefulness. It exposes your capacity to think and solve problems. Volunteers do not just have the time. It is not because they have the time, it is because they have the heart. So, in a world where everyone is after the personal interest, volunteers surely deserve their flowers. If you have not volunteered, I challenge you today to volunteer and ensure the success of a social impact leader. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Today's speeches are just in line with our theme of the day, the force of doing good. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Oloruntobi, for that heartening speech. It brings to mind a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thank you for sharing with us the benefits of volunteering and how we can help our team of volunteers. Please, can we send our love messages to Toastmaster Oloruntobi? Thank you very much for such heartening speech. We are volunteers in Toastmasters, so this is so relatable. It's something that we can apply within our ESCO team, within our membership forum, just to see how we can become better individuals. Thank you once again for that heartening speech. Please, let's drop our messages for Toastmaster Oloruntobi. Okay, because of our time, we have one more speaker. We have one more speaker for today. And again, interestingly, we'll be calling back our last speaker, who is doubling as the evaluator of the last speaker, to come and tell us about what our third speaker is expected to deliver on in today's speech. So please join me to bring again back to the virtual lectern Toastmaster Oloruntobi to tell us about our third speaker. And it's over to you.
Thank you very much, the Toastmaster of the day. And I'm glad to be back to the virtual lesson. So the speaker that I'll be evaluating is Toastmaster Cynthia. and she is at presentation mastery level 1. She is going to be speaking for evaluation in vocal variety and body language. We look forward to Toastmaster Cynthia's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so kindly. So our third speaker is our Tall Tales area champion. So you just want to listen to this particular speech, and she's going to be speaking on a mirage. Toastmaster Cynthia, I know that you are ready to dazzle us with your heartening speech. And so it's over to you, dear Toastmaster Cynthia. Please break a leg.
Thank you, TMOD. Please confirm you can all hear me. Please, am I being heard? Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine you're walking through the desert in search of an oasis. The sun beats down. The sand stretches out endlessly. And then on the horizon, you see it, a swimming lake, a haven from the heat. And as you approach, it vanishes. It was just a mirage. Have you ever felt like you're chasing something that's always out of reach? A goal, a dream, or a sense of fulfillment, only to realize it was just a mirage, an illusion created by your very own mind. Have you? Please, have you ever felt that before? If you have, I would love to see your images. If you've ever felt like that before, please. Have you ever felt like you're chasing something and then you just see that it's a mirage? Have you ever been there? Please, I would like to know, please.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay. I know I'm not the only one feeling that, because I thought maybe I'm weird. So I'm so happy that I can hear people in the background telling me that, yes, they've also been there. Because I've also been there. You know, when I first joined Toastmasters, I thought that becoming a confident speaker would take years. The fear of public speaking seemed insurmountable, like a mirage on the horizon. But I persisted by attending meetings, preparing speeches, and slowly the mirage began to fade. But then, dear friends, I was faced with another mirage. Self-doubt. I thought to myself, can I really do this? Will anyone want to listen to me? Am I worth it? It was just a mirage created by my own perception and not reality. It was all in my head. But over time, I learned to distinguish between perception and reality by getting feedback from others. Then I began to focus on growth and not perfection. I remember when I first gave my first icebreaker speech, I was shaking like a chicken. I was scared because I had doubt in my mind. In my head, I felt like, would I really pass a message? Do people really want to hear me speak? But right there, on the stage, while I was giving my speech, the acting eyes of the individuals seated there encouraged me to move forward. And the feedback I received built me. And then I went for the area competition. Right from the club contest, I came third, but I wasn't discouraged. I persisted. And then I went for the area competition and I won. I won. Thank you. I can see the emojis. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's not something that we can look lightly. I won. Today, I want to encourage us. What are those mirages? Reevaluate yourself. Put yourself in the shoe. Is this mirage really pulling me back from achieving my goal? Let's continue to embrace ourselves and embrace our imperfection while striving for growth. I leave it with these fellow Toastmasters and guests. Mirage may seem real, but an illusion created by our own mind. Whenever you're faced with mirages, just know that they are just a reflection of our very own growth. Thank you. And over to you, TMOD.
Wow. Wow. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm even short of words right now. For the way our Toastmaster Cynthia has blossomed, and she has just described her journey as she went from a shaky icebreaker speech participant to an area tall tales contest champion. Please, can we appreciate Toastmaster Cynthia for sharing with us her mirages as she went on her journey of public speaking. Thank you so much for sharing with us that heartening speech, Toastmaster Cynthia. We appreciate you and we are rooting for you in the division contest. Okay. Our time is fast spent. So I'll be calling on the general evaluator to introduce the evaluators of our speeches, and then we can hear from our role players. And it's back to you, Mr. Macho. Mr. GE. Okay, so I will be stepping in. So I'll call back our first evaluator, Toastmaster Craig, to come and give us an evaluation of our first speaker. The virtual attendee, Toastmaster Craig.
Thank you very kindly, our Toastmaster of the day. Your heartening words might just keep someone else alive. Elizabeth, well done. You accomplished the purpose of this project, which was for you to inspire the audience. I was inspired from start to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth excelled in her use of supporting materials, pieces of supporting materials to enhance the impact of the speech. First, she used an illustration about her friend Johnson, who passed away and even gave large sums of money at 200,000 naira on his hospital bed. That illustration, in my view, helped to skyrocket the inspirational impact of that moment. Additionally, she used the tool of explanation. For instance, when she mentioned GD movement, she explained it to me. Just intentionally do it. So using explanation is another way of providing evidence to support the credibility of our point. My recommendations would be: number one, milk the moment. Consider milking the moment. For instance, where you said, Johnson don't waka, meaning Johnson is gone. I would have loved you to use some silence there to enhance the impact of that crucial message. For example, Johnson don't waka, meaning Johnson is gone. Something like that would have helped to milk the moments. My second recommendation would be pay some attention to your diction or your pronunciation. I observed that you stumbled on your vocalization of this noun, suicide. It has 3 syllabic structures and its accent or the primary stress is on syllable number 1. Listen again, suicide. As such, I would encourage you to pay some attention to the 44 sounds of the English language. Your pronunciation will increase your credibility as a speaker. The best part of the speech, in my view, was the validity of your mesmerizing message. The validity of your mesmerizing message. What was the message of the speech? Just intentionally do it. Anybody around the world can use this message to improve upon their lives. In summary, you excelled in your use of supporting materials. My recommendations, milk the moment with silence, plus pay some attention to your diction. The best part, the validity of your message. Ladies and gentlemen, just intentionally do it. I hereby relinquish control to our Toastmaster of the day, our heartening Toastmaster, Chidima.
Wow. There is no doubt why you are an evaluation champion. Thank you so much for such heartening, helpful, and insightful evaluation of Toastmaster Elizabeth's speech. Thank you very much. So we'll be calling on Toastmaster Liz as the second evaluator to come and give an evaluation of Toastmaster LEARNTOR's speech. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Madam CMOD, standing in for the GE. Before I do that, I would just like to say thank you to my evaluator, Toastmaster Craig. I appreciate that. Now to my evaluation of Toastmaster LEARNTOR. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I guess that was a heartening speech by Toastmaster LEARNTOR. Can we please give her another emoji to congratulate her for such a heartening speech? Congratulations, Toastmaster LEARNTOR. It didn't seem like you had gone away for a while. Congrats on delivering the speech. Your speech purpose was to tell us how you led a social organization. I felt connected to your story because I am also a volunteer, which you know about, and I lead a social organization. So it's good to hear you start up your speech by asking us questions that could make your audience connect. When you ask a question, you connect, you make your audience get attracted and get involved in your speech. Thank you for doing that. I want to also acknowledge the fact that you did great when you told us the benefits of volunteering. When you said that volunteers do not actually have the time, but they have the hearts. It connects with our theme of today, doing good. They have a good heart. That is why they are doing good. You now shared with us 3 important ways to lead an organization of such. First, you said we should celebrate them publicly, celebrate success publicly, understanding the personal goals of every team member, and ensure that we follow up if they are achieving that goal. This is a very good way to go by. That was letting us know your experience. You shared your personal story on the interview you had for someone who wanted to join your organization. It is a good one to share with us. However, for every speech that is so happening, there's something to recommend. And here would be my recommendation. Toastmaster Toby, I observed that you were far away from your mic and your system. You wanted us to see your whole part. But sometimes it's good that you're closer to your system where we can hear you. Because you're not using an earpiece, it was kind of like difficult for me to get the whole message, which I would have loved to get. So I would recommend that you come a bit closer to your system so we can hear what you're saying. But your speech was a very great one, and it encouraged you as an encouragement for us to be, for those who are not yet volunteers, to be a volunteer, which you mentioned that we should learn to be part of volunteering team. I want to congratulate you for leading such and for taking out that time in volunteering and for sharing your part of your story with us. This is also to use this as speech to encourage us, for those of us who are not volunteering yet, be you a Toastmaster, volunteer to do something good, because it is a way to achieve something better. Thank you, and it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day. Oh, our G is back, our GE. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Liz, for that heartening evaluation. Sorry, I was talking earlier. I didn't realize that I couldn't be heard. Apologies for the break in transmission. Now, moving quickly to the next evaluator, I'm going to call on Toastmaster Oloruntobi Ujo to evaluate Toastmaster Cynthia. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, the general evaluator of the day. That was an heartening speech, Toastmaster Cynthia, and I'm really excited at your story in marriage. Thank you so much for the visible image of you. I could see you very well, and it was obvious you were ready to really show us your body language and your vocal variety navigation. Thank you for sharing your story from the G-Train icebreaker to a contest winner. I mean, that is so thrilling. Can we celebrate Toastmaster Cynthia for representing us and for the steps she took towards this success? Please, let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate Toastmaster Cynthia. Congratulations, Toastmaster Cynthia. So I felt carried along during your speech. You even defined what a marriage is. You were able to communicate specifically how you had grown, and you were able to describe specifically what it was like at the very first time you had to speak during your icebreaker. And so we could really imagine how jittery you were and follow through to how you took intentional steps. You mentioned something, focus on growth above perfection. And that is the winning strategy, consistency. It is not about the perfection, but how well you are growing each time you try again. So I like that you were able to paint that picture for us, that success doesn't just happen. It's not that you just suddenly woke up and you won the contest. You also experience what everybody experiences, the fear of starting, the experience of the novice, and then going through the stairs to rise to contest winner. Thank you so much for describing that a marriage is an illusion created by every one of us. So what do I think could have been better? The introduction, when you said ladies and gentlemen. In Toastmasters, usually we address the Toastmaster, especially when it's an official speech, the Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. So overall, you were able to achieve the goal of changing your vocal variety at intervals, and you were able to engage your audience with your hand gestures and facial expression as well. And I believe it can be better with consistency. Keep sticking to growth above perfection. And we look forward to having more of you. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you for that heartwarming evaluation. Moving on now, I'm going to call on my elite team of role players who have ensured that today's meeting is top-notch and of the highest standard. First role player I'm going to be calling is our grammarian. Toastmaster Omobolarinwa, you have the virtual lecture.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Please confirm that I can be heard.
Loud and clear.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. When I was introduced, I had made mention of a quote by the American author Jeffrey Gitawa. Your grammar is a reflection of your image. good or bad, you have made an impression. And I would like to start by stating that generally we've made good impressions in this meeting with our grammar. So we can give ourselves a round of applause for that. Can I see the emojis? However, I do have a few recommendations as to how we used grammar. For one, at one instance, someone said something like, she tried to attain me. So the correct form of the word of the day to use there would be attain. She tried to attain me. Also, someone said, have anyone done so, so, and so? Anyone is a singular verb, and as such, the right word to use there is as anyone. Someone also used the word enthralling. I believe enthralling is an obsolete word, and it would have been more appropriate to use the word thrilling or enthralling, which means to capture one's attention wholly, to fascinate. For quotes that I caught in this meeting, I have a few. Our Toastmaster of the day was on fleek, and even during the table topic segment, it seemed like she had seen the questions before because she just came out and dropped the quotes. The first quote she gave us was from Muhammad Ali. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. It was a beautiful quote. She also gave us another quote attributed to Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That was another beautiful quote. There was also a quote in the comment section that I am attributing to distinguished Toastmaster Chidi, which I found funny. She said, I am always chasing money and it is always running. That was something I found funny. For the development of our vocabulary through the word of the day. In the words of the English writer Evelyn Waugh, she said, one forgets words. One forgets words as one forgets names. One's vocabulary needs constant fertilizing or it will die. Your vocabulary needs constant fertilizing or it will die. And that is why we have the word of the day. For uses of the word of the day, I was listening as well as checking the charts. And I was so excited that a lot of activity with the word of the day was going on in the charts. So most of our speakers and even participants of the meeting who didn't speak used the word of the day. Toastmaster Olushola Olakomi, our president, used the word of the day a total of 6 times. Toastmaster Craig used the word of the day once. Toastmaster Mercy used the word of the day 4 times. Our general evaluator, Toastmaster Stephen Oluwadara, used the word of the day twice. Toastmaster Imabong used the word of the day twice. Toastmaster Ilios used the word of the day correctly once. Toastmaster Sheriff used the word of the day once. Toastmaster Abiola used the word of the day once. Toastmaster Chidima used the word of the day a few times. I almost thought she was going to win it. But I mean, someone was always in the chat, dropping. Toastmaster Chidima used the word of the day a total of 6 times. Toastmaster Chidimadu, distinguished Toastmaster Chidi, used the word of the day 7 times, all in the chats. I mean, she didn't start until halfway through the meeting and she was just dropping. I was like, wow. Toastmaster Liz had a lot of range. She used the word of the day. She used an antonym of the word of the day, disheartening. She also used a synonym, encouraging. She used the word of the day a total of 11 times. Yeah, so I think that is it for my reports. Thank you, and over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, our competent grammarian, for that wonderful report. Moving on to the next role player, I'm going to call on Toastmaster Mercy Igbafe to tell us the reports on the prepared speeches so that I guess we've not voted for our guest speaker. Toastmaster of the day, have we done that?
For our prepared speeches.
No, we haven't.
So she should tell us the time each speaker spent so that we can quickly vote why the
Thank you
report is
so
going on.
much. They've already done the evaluation, so voting now will be biased by G. So I think we might need to skip it. I should have done the voting. Toastmasters, my general evaluator, I must protest that I wish you called me first before the grammarian. Toastmasters, DTM Chidi is overly too competitive for my liking. Too competitive. But it's okay. I let this one slide. I know she's gonna smile. Okay, so the time did very well. Toastmaster Liz spent 7 minutes and 15 seconds for her speech. Toastmaster Toby spent 7 minutes, 35 seconds, so she went over by 5 seconds. Toastmaster Cynthia spent 5 minutes and 35 seconds. I think that's why she's a champ, isn't it? Let me use the parlance for the British people. Toastmaster Craig evaluated for exactly 3 minutes, 17 seconds is within time. Toastmaster Lee's 3 minutes and 22 seconds. While Toastmaster Otebi Ojo went exactly 4 minutes. 4 minutes with evaluation for Toastmaster Cynthia. But can I just ask one more question as we go? It's a very heartening, reflective meeting. I must confess, very, very reflective meeting. Now, Toastmaster Elizabeth said, how many of us are going to go on the giddy role? I asked everybody how you were. Nobody responded, but I'm going to be sending you all a message. But there's something that I really want to point out and ask you all this, okay? I have the question, and now it's gone off my brain. How do you prioritize your time to ensure you are doing good and making progress towards your goal? Oftentimes, we focus on how other people are doing. We neglect ourselves. Take your time today and ask yourself, how am I doing? How much time am I going to spend to introspect in a heartening, reflective manner on how you are doing? So, again, how are you all doing? Can you unmute one word to describe how you are doing right now, how you are feeling? We need to feel the energy. It's not just about listening to speeches. We must take action. But the time for today's meeting was rightly spent. So allow me to happy, just Mr. Abiola. Any more responses?
Awesome.
Awesome. I am very heartened by this meeting today. Very reflective, very demure, very cutesy, and very action driven. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Timer. Moving on to our next role player, I'm going to call on our counter Toastmaster Abiola Ajibode. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. For the accounting, we were able to find a few. TM Sheriff had a total of 3 filler words and 1 repeated phrase I have seen. TM Chidima, 2 arms. TM Mercy, 1 arm. TM Cynthia, 2 arms. TM Olorutobi, 5 arms. And the counter herself, 2 arms. So the arm master of the day would be TM Olorutobi with 5 arms. Thank you.
Yeah, so TM Olorutobi, what do we say to you? Don't do that anymore. Thank you, our counter. Finally, I'm going to call on our quiz master for today's meeting, who is going to ask us questions to show how well paid attention. Over to you, Toastmaster Cynthia.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. So I am back again, and there's a reason the saying goes, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Let me know how well you listen throughout the course of the meeting. So I'll be asking some questions, and I really want to feedback responses fast as they come. So, who said I am excited to do this? I am excited to do this.
Sorry, we didn't get the question.
Who said I am excited to do this?
I still didn't get the question.
She said, who said I am excited to do this?
I think that was me.
Wonderful. You know yourself. Yeah, that was Tia Umabon. Thank you. So that even you, Tia Umabon, you are listening to yourself. Now, who said, Mama, I want to change the world? Mama.
Toastmaster Elias. Elias.
Yeah, that was Toastmaster Elias. Okay. Who said, what are you? The hearing book of knowledge? What are you? The learning. That was Toastmaster Imabong. Yeah, that was Toastmaster Imabong. I'm so happy with the rest of I'm guessing. As fast as it comes. I have another one. Who said, are we getting paid for this? Are we getting paid for this?
Toastmaster Chidima.
Who said, he gave us a chewy food to take on? He gave us a chewy food to take on.
Madam Ellie, your voice is running away from us.
Really? Who said you gave us the chewy food to take on?
You're not able. Can you maybe
Sorry,
you come
we
closer
didn't
to your
hear
mic?
that. If you
Yeah.
can go to an enclosed place. Yeah.
Okay. You gave us a chewy food to sink on.
Toastmaster Craig. Toastmaster Craig.
Toastmaster Imabong.
That was Toastmaster Imabong, yeah. When she was evaluating the table topic, and she said that concerning TM Chidima. Yeah. Who said celebrate their successes publicly?
Toastmaster Lauren Toby.
That was Toastmaster. TM Chidima, you're on fire, please, this evening. You are on fire. And who said just just intentionally do it. Yeah, that was so much Gigi. Just intentionally do it. Yeah. Okay, last but not the least. Volunteering helps your mental health.
Toastmaster Toby.
Laura Toby.
I look like I'm holding you a gift.
Yeah, yes, you should.
Thank you, and that was all for me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, our listening evaluator, for that report. We are very grateful. Quickly, I'm going to be giving my report as the general evaluator. We started the meeting on time, which is a very good one. As for a Toastmasters Club, we are big on punctuality, on timekeeping. Thank you to the Vice President Education for ensuring that all role players are here on time and ensuring that we started the meeting on time. Also, I love the fact that most of our questions today, especially the table topics questions, aligned with the theme of the day. This helped to drive the theme of the day home, it helped us to look at it from different angles, from different perspective. Well done to the table topics master. Also, I love the fact that there was a lot of engagement on the comment section. This is the first time I'm in a Toastmasters meeting, and it seems as if there is the engagement on the chat is even more than what is going on the main.
Wow, it seems GE. Is it just me?
I think he's having a network issue, network glitch.
Okay. G, are you
More
back?
like his village people visited his network.
Please come and give us our flowers.
MTD.
Come and give us our flowers.
Maybe while we're waiting for him, we can know the guests that are on the call. Okay, he's back. He's back.
Sorry. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
So I was saying all of this can get quite intense, especially for guests. So
It's frozen again.
I said it. He needs to go and appease his village people.
and we the role players, we dragged on our time, which is not good. I said earlier that in Toastmasters, we are big on timekeeping. So let us take note of that. In all, this meeting had thought-provoking speeches, incisive evaluations, and it was an enlightening meeting in general. It was my pleasure to play this role as the general evaluator, and I look forward to playing more roles for this great club. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yay. Thank you so much, Mr. Macho, for coming to LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club and doing such a wonderful, wonderful delivery of your general evaluator role. I've taken your promise, so you look forward to play more roles. So expect me in your DM. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to play the role. Wow. You will agree with me that today's meeting has been heartening. It's been phenomenal. It's been awesome. I am super, super glad to have had the privilege of serving as the Toastmaster of the day. I hope that we have learned one or two things about the importance of doing good. And well, I'll leave us with this quote. One person can make a difference and everyone should try. And that's by John F. Kennedy. One person can make a difference. Toastmaster Lees have told us about that call that she made that saved someone's life. Even DTM Chidi corroborated in the chat session. So one person, I can make a difference. You can make a difference. All of us can make a difference. Everyone should try. So thank you very much for allowing the energy of today's meeting to be on a tempo. Can we give ourselves a round of applause as I call on the number one, our Oga at the top of LEARNTOR Toastmasters, to Sister Olushola, to close out on the meeting. Back to you, Mr. President, sir.
Oh, wow. What a meeting it has been. Quite exhilarating, quite heartening. I think it's been a while since I got involved in such an engaging meeting. I want to say, like everybody else, it's been such a wonderful meeting. And a big thanks to each and every one of you on the call, both participants, both members of the audience, Toastmasters, and guests alike. Thank you for volunteering and donating your time and resources to be on this call. It would not have been a great meeting without you. That said, just a couple of announcements. If you have enjoyed today's session, why not make it a date with us next Sunday on the 17th of November as we have our next club meeting. It promises to be a Thanksgiving edition, and we hope you will join us. Because as you're doing all of this good, it's time to come back together and really appreciate ourselves. And I am definitely looking forward to that particular session. A few other announcements will be worthwhile. The divisional movie date, I believe, is on November 16th. So if you've seen that announcement, please do take time to indicate your willingness or availability or otherwise, as the case may be. But it will be a great opportunity for you to network with other members in the Toastmasters ecosystem. On that note, Madam VP, is there any major announcement I'm missing before we start the call?
Yes, so. Yes, so.
Please.
The division contest, evaluation contest on the 30th of November.
On the 30th.
We have 2 of our members contesting. And then our open house on the 24th of November.
Thank you. I just knew I was forgetting something. All right, thank you for that. So I think she's already taken that announcement. On the 24th, we've got our monthly open house. The thing I love about the monthly open house is it's so engaging and revealing because you get to see people from a slightly different perspective than what you think you know about them, because we're asking them quite a number of questions and they're there on LinkedIn, like really responding to us, engaging us, and taking us behind the curtain so that we get to know what makes the man or what makes the woman tick, what makes them who they are. So make it a date with us. Usually it's on the last Thursday of the month. So please join us on November 28th. You will be glad you did. And what do we say to our champions? They represented us at club level. They distinguished us at the area level. Now they are going all the way to the division level. Where else would you want to be if not there supporting them and cheering them on and letting them know they belong to a community that not only celebrates and honors them, but will be their biggest cheerleader at every turn. And so if you were not able to make it at the club level or at the area level, don't worry, there is another opportunity. Let's all meet at the district level on November 30th at the PSSDC location and cheer this wonderful team on. And a big thanks to our champions. TM Cynthia, who for me has been a rare gem that continues to unveil and unveil at every turn. And of course, our very own Madam IPP, who has a way of disarming you with her smile. She just needs to smile and you only respond by melting like butter, because that is the power of her smile. It melts you like butter under a hot sun. So please join me. I will definitely be there, and I'm hoping to see each and every one of you there. And so on that note, except there's something else I'm missing, because I think now we've got it.
Yes. There are new members on the call. Someone even reached out to me and I just sent the invitation. So I think the VPM can engage with them.
Indeed. So